A car, as for everybody, it's the same thing. That first it captures you emotionally, that there's something that draws you in. I really love design that has a sense of purpose also. And it's not just about a fashion statement. When you come in as a designer, you're pretty much you're an idea person and you're just sketching. You know, school's a great place to hone your skills, but college doesn't really teach you everything about the automotive market and all the other aspects that go into producing automobiles. And cars are more than just making a concept car also. And at the end of the day, we're in the business to manufacture automobiles and make exciting products. So I think as we just moved through my career here, it's just learning to understand all the aspects of the automotive business. And some of these things translate back into design and affect how we approach design, and especially manufacturing capabilities, engineering capabilities. Safety standards are really weighing heavy now on designers, especially pedestrian impact is a big impact to design right now that everybody's working around. You know, for me, I guess as I moved through and then moved into more guiding or managing design, also you learn about motivation, how to motivate your team members to get the best work possible out of them, how to allocate resources, how to put the right people on the right job, how to negotiate with other groups in marketing, in engineering, in manufacturing, so that we can maximize design and get the greatest impact. The very first car I really contributed to was the FXV Tokyo Motor Show car. I don't know, I believe it was around 86 maybe, I'm not even sure. So, you know, coming into a company, it's always, you know, really a great thrill getting your first car that, you know, makes it out into the public. So that was really great for me. Some of the cars here that we've done at Calty, you know, say over the past 10 years, I'm really proud of is FJ Cruiser, and that was a really great example of a design that started out here as a concept, and because it was received so well, just went right through into production and really circumvented a lot of the typical development process that you might expect within Toyota. As far as developing other competing ideas for it, there really weren't any. We went ahead and we built it. On the other end of the spectrum is the FTHS hybrid sports car that we did a few years back and introduced at Detroit. And that took a really new look at sports car, what eco-fun sports could be, and you know, not only just about eco, but it's about fun driving and about acceleration. And the direction that we took that styling-wise is to really meet that new generation of sports car thinking. I guess the reason I'm still here is that this is a really creative place, and it's always been, we've always placed a high priority on creativity and innovation, searching for new ideas and having the flexibility to carry out that work. Some companies you can't do that. There's a lot of tight restrictions, and we really don't have that here. We're at a point now where we really understand the value of exciting, bold design, and we're on a track now to achieve that. So I think looking out ahead, I think you'll see Lexus products getting a lot more energetic, more flamboyant, bold direction that reflects the LFLC spirit. And regarding form language, again, we're always looking for new, you know, what we call form language, form aesthetic here, always investigating that. And LFLC has a really new taste. We called it precision organic. And it's these surfaces that have these taut areas, and they twist and they roll. And where they roll, there's surfaces that get sliced off. So it has a lot of contrast between something what we would say is organic, but also a very precise execution. And what I love about that car most is that as you walk around it, you see new things all the time. It's a very dimensional vehicle to appreciate. Fundamentally on the exterior, we wanted really a sports car proportion, so we have a long hood, cowls pushed back. Cabin is rather tight. We have a lot of plan view movement just to generate excitement. Good stance. is a fundamental, and that's one thing that we're really aiming for in all of our products, Lexus and Toyota products together. And then bring in some new technology, bring in the spindle grille into that, but take it to a next level. And we really made a big, broad movement of the spindle all the way down to the front spoiler, bring it all the way down to the ground. It has a big, deep metal grille that looks like it's milled out of a solid piece of aluminum. And then, I have the separated pillar. The rail goes down to the C-pillar, and it's a floating pillar off the glass, so it offers some new cabin architecture. Our goal was just make a beautiful sports coupe. That was simply it when we started. There was no rocket science attached to it, but we wanted to be advanced, beautiful, elegant. And then on the interior, I think, as I said, it's this contrast of technology and these beautiful rhythmic shapes coming together. And we like to call that the harmony of opposites. I really love design that has a sense of purpose also. And it's not just about a fashion statement. Although it is part of what automobiles are. We're basically wearing some fashion. But I love cars that just, again, just have a strong sense of purpose, I guess. And I think sports cars are those vehicles that you need to show some function and some purpose, as it is a performance vehicle. I think, just talking about the Lexus brand, we're looking to capture some essence of Japanese culture, and we think that's important to us. It does us no good to create, German design or American design or Italian design, but we really want to focus on that point. I mean, fundamentally, we're a Japanese car company, and there's some different factors. Some I think you can see in LFLC. On the interior, there's a lot of thin technology, thin materials, and we've called this kind of this intensity of thinness direction that is part of Japanese culture. Bringing in the contrast of beautiful design, beautiful, simple design, contrasted with technology and sometimes the severity of technology, but it creates an interesting contrast. Fukuichi-san has set out, a direction for Toyota design in a big spiritual sense about where we want to go as a company. And one of his key points is that Toyota tends to be a brand that we're a bit of a department store, and we have a lot of just nice but mainstream looking products, and he wants to set Toyota brand direction in more of what's called a select shop direction, more of a boutique. So I think Avalon's a really good example of that direction, just taking the typical sedan genre and then pushing it in a more exciting and dramatic direction. So Avalon was really a project that was wholly created, designed, concept all the way through to production in the US, and started here at Calty and then finished up in our Ann Arbor studio. So we're really proud of that sedan. We always experiment at the front end of creation and how we can use different materials to provoke different shapes and different form studies. So we're always thinking about that. Downstream, it's a bit more difficult and challenging. I mean, of course, all companies still use clay, which has been around forever in car design history. At Calty, we're really moving back more towards using our hands to do things and using a bit more analog process in many ways, because it leads to very expressive movement. There's something about, directly coming from your, the human hand, your arm, the body, those kind of motions that lead to really expressive, beautiful design. A lot of our concept cars, for example, LFLC, will develop in digital only, but we'll also mill study models to check it, confirm, go back to data, and we'll play catch ball back and forth until we get it right. So we still prefer that process. I think one fundamental point with Toyota design is we don't want to be static. There's some cars, some brands out there that they love very stable foundation for most of their design themes, but we want to be energetic. We've had the term vibrant clarity, you've probably heard it before. And again, we don't talk about it so much as we used to, but it's still one of our foundations that we build on to design. And Vibrant is just, energetic, and clarity has some purpose. When a customer sees our product, they immediately can relate to it, they understand it. You don't have to explain it to them, but they feel a great sense of energy, emotion, emanating from that vehicle that really attracts them. I do think technology will be a big driver of design in the future and how we package design and proportions. And that's the thing that's most exciting to me, because as designers, we're artists. We can create any shape we want. It's just really what's the most relevant choice at the time, what direction should we head in. But technology is going to be the big driver of efficiency of packaging or efficiency of shapes. And not that efficiency is the #1 issue, because we have to make something expressive in the end to capture someone's imagination. For me personally, I look at everything. There's not anything that I would discount as inspiration. I think architecture is a favorite of car designers, though, because there's some kind of structured thinking in the approach. And it's a bit, I talked about fashion a little bit, and sometimes fashion is just a very emotional type of expression. But architecture, if you talk to architects, they have a deep-rooted philosophy behind what they're doing. And I think there's a desire from some of our designers here to really dive deep into really understanding why we're doing things, where culture is moving, how we engage people in the experience of the automobile, and that's having some kind of philosophy. So I think we tend to admire architecture as having some being rooted in fundamental thought and some intellect behind it. But beyond that, there are just a lot of great artists out there and expressive things. Artists, using new interesting techniques. We're always interested in new process here at Calty and how we can use those to create something new. And sometimes as a designer, if you're just stuck with, just a pen, paper, computer, tablet, whatever it is, it may limit your imagination. So we do look to process to, catalyze something new that we can put forward into some new automotive design thinking.